and welcome
Hello.
to Maryland Homes Team. This is Let's Talk Real Estate.
Yes.
Maryland Homes Team of Remax
Yes.
Components. My name is Robert McArtor. This is my lovely wife Maria, and
How are you?
we had a very exciting day, a very productive day.
Yes. Very
and
busy.
and I know you've been productive as well, being home. Vacuuming underneath the refrigerator and doing all the kind of home
Baking some
chores,
goodies to
baking
eat.
a lot of goodies to eat, and you're just having an exciting time being off right now. And I tell you, kudos right now to all the parents with all the little ones. I tell you, heads up,
Hi, Lucy.
and high fives to you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome
Well,
out there.
let's give another big kudos to the teachers. They started back on Monday.
They did start
And
back. Yes,
I've heard some feedback that the kids are getting too much work or it's more than they've had. So I actually talked to a teacher yesterday in length, Miss Laura Garrison, and she mentioned that that they're really not getting more. Think about it. If they were in class, my Chloe, who's a junior, her normal class time is an hour and 45 minutes. That's a long class. She said, so if we think about the time that they're in class and then the time that they have work, they're not giving more. It's norm. It's the norm.
Wow.
So, and they're calling each student. My Chloe's gotten a call from almost every teacher.
And multiple emails, which I love.
Which you know. Yep. Hi, Kristen Bard. How are you? And Tabitha.
Tabitha, how are you?
Kristen knows what the teachers are doing. She works for the Board of Ed, and she knows what the teachers are going. So kudos to the teachers. Don't be complaining that they've got too much work. They're just trying to take care of your kids.
Exactly. Yeah. No. So we love it though. I get to look out my home office window, and I get to see everyone kind of walking through our cul-de-sac and just kind of trying to enjoy the fresh air.
Well,
and
hopefully they're
keeping
quickly
their
walking,
minds.
Not staying more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Isn't that
exactly?
So real quick, I'm sorry, honey. I know I interrupt you a lot. Check in. If you guys can go to the right on Facebook, the right corner. I'm dyslexic right now, so right corner, and check in. We would love that. We're gonna do a drawing after the show tonight, and I'm not sure if we're gonna do it next week too. But if you checked in tonight, I will be able to know if you did. There's going to be a special gift.
Wow. Okay, special gift. And a couple things just to get a little bit of business out of the way. Please like us on our Facebook page. Go to MD at Homes Team. At MD Homes Team. That's right, on Facebook.
Or Maryland's Home Team. You'll find us.
That's right.
Too.
So you can find us there. That's awesome. And also on Instagram. You can find us on Instagram as well, which is fantastic. A lot of people do follow us there. Also on LinkedIn, so you're going to find us on LinkedIn. I do a lot of posts
More
there as well.
Than me.
Exactly. So I am a Twitter fan, so I enjoy Twitter. So you'll find us there, and we also upload a lot of our videos and things like that on our YouTube channel as well. So you can follow us there. Just a couple of things, just so I don't have to wait till the very end to do this. Our latest spring downloads are available on our website at searchmydreamhome.com or at marylandhomesteam.com. Just scroll all the way down to the page there, and you are going to see the guide, our newest guides. This is for buying and for selling. So if you're buying a home or if you're selling a home in the spring or summer of 2020, our new guides have just hit. So these are free downloads, by the way. They're free downloadables to your computer, and you can read through these awesome guides, and they're available to you. I just wanted to make sure I made that available to you, and I didn't want to do that at the end of the show. So anyway, and guess what? We have an awesome special guest today.
We do.
His name is Tommy Wimmer, and he's one of our excellent real estate professionals that work with us on our team. And he's taking out his time this evening to join with us, and I'm excited to have him on. Tommy, if you could just say hi to everybody.
Hello.
There he is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can.
Perfectly. Yeah, absolutely. So listen, Tommy, if you could do me a favor, a lot of people have never even met you. They've seen your picture probably many times, whether it's on Facebook post or even on our website. Right. But if you could just give a little bio, a little bit of background about who you are.
Sure. So I grew up in Harford County, graduated from Johnstown High School. So working out of the Fallston office is really convenient because it's my backyard. So
it is.
Most of the business that we do is Harford County, Baltimore County, a little bit of Baltimore City, a little bit of Cecil County. So it's nice to work in areas that I truly know and understand. I've been doing this for about 10 years now and have had, over them 10 years, been lucky enough to work with hundreds of clients and I'm lucky enough to work with great bosses like yourselves. So thrilled to be here, first time on the show.
Where's that $20 bill?
20. I got a 50. I don't know what you're talking
exactly,
about.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, now
Tommy is an excellent agent, by the way, and I'm thrilled to have him on our team. And he's not a shy guy. He's actually pretty. He has a lot of information locked into that head of his, and he's willing to share it with you. If you're a buyer, if you're a seller, if you're looking to tie in with someone who is excellent and professional and knows this business like the back of his hand. When he says he's done hundreds of transactions, it's probably closer to maybe 1,000 transactions, because he has done a lot of volume in those 10 years, much more so than most agents out there. And that's why we're really excited to have him on board.
So I'm going to be real quick and share. We met Tommy a few years ago, and he wasn't on our team at that moment. And Rob and I both said, we love him.
Yep.
And then he decided to make a few changes. And I said, I'm going to call him. And it took 3 lunches to convince him that we were the best team for him. And of course, I hope he agrees we are the best team for him. And he's fabulous. But
so let me just share this real quick. So I think Tommy already knew he wanted to be with us.
This is true.
He just milked out the free lunches, because he knew those 3 lunches coming in. He's like, Maria, this might take another lunch for me to decide. So why don't we go over to this restaurant over here? And Maria's like, okay, that's fine. But
if I knew Taco Bell was the way to his heart, but it's not. It's Beth's heart. So
anyway, just to let everybody know, so if you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to Tommy. You see his information there. That's his direct phone number, by the way. He didn't mind me giving that out to you guys. So if you guys even want to touch base with him after the show, this recording will always be up on our Facebook and on our YouTube channel. So if you want to reach out to him later, you can certainly do that as well. So, so Tommy, I just kind of wanted to dive in just a little bit. And I know we're kind of like scattered amongst a couple different subject matters here. Okay, the first one, and I don't want to start off with a negative, but the first one is when you're out there in the business, and this is almost a day-to-day change that's occurring within our market right now as far as the coronavirus is concerned. We're on lockdown, but then we're considered essential services, but then, we're on the borderline of feeling guilty whether or not we go out with clients or not. We absolutely want to focus on being safe, not only for us, but safe for all of our clients. So how are you handling any showings or any appointments that you've had lately?
We're trying actually to limit as much as we can. So I'm telling my buyers, let's not just go kind of kick tires and look at houses that you might somewhat be interested in. We're only going to look at houses that you're really, truly interested in. We're only bringing essential people to the houses as well, meaning you don't have to bring all your kids. You don't have to bring your mom and dad. If it's a deciding person and it's a house that you're truly, truly interested in, you can bring your mom, but don't show up with 8 people. Don't show up with 2 carloads full of people. I know myself, I'm hitting every single person with Purell if they want it or not. If they don't take it, they're not allowed into the house on the way in and the way out of every single showing. So if we look at 3 houses, you're getting it before the first house, getting it before the second house, and getting it before the third house. I just feel like it's our responsibility to do little simple things that we can do for the people that we're not seeing. I mean, even the homeowners, they're not my clients, but we got to be as respectful as we can.
Yes.
You got to put yourself in their situations. I don't want to get myself sick. I don't want to get my girlfriend sick. I don't want to get your girlfriend sick. So we're just doing what we can. We're trying to be as responsible as we can, but at the same time, we're still working. I have one girl that's very active looking for a townhouse in the Bel Air market. She's lost out to multiple offers in Forest Hill, both Bel Air zip codes, Abingdon, and even Belcamp. So at this point, she's made 7 offers. Of the 7 offers, 2 of them were above asking price. And it's still, inventory levels are still ridiculously low, lower than we've seen them in years. If the coronavirus hadn't happened, what we would have seen, I believe, in Harford County is we would have seen prices spike to levels that we had never seen before. And it'll be interesting to see how long this lasts and to see how much of an impact it does have on the markets nationwide, statewide, and locally. Locally, we should be a little bit more stable than everybody else because we do have a lot of government jobs around here. We do have the military base and APG. We do have a lot of things that level out our market a lot more than other markets will. But everybody's going to be impacted to some level.
Correct.
True.
Yeah.
True. And we're all still busy. This week we have 4 new buyers. We've done some.
I just sold a house in Dundalk in 3 days over the weekend.
Yeah. And calls are still coming in on it because people still want to buy it.
And for a really good price. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like we were getting lowball offers. It was, it was a cash offer. So
yeah, and I tell you, I don't mind giving a high five to our team, Tommy, because I think we've done a great job with our team meetings, just kind of collaborating, just putting our client first and foremost out in front of us and saying, look, what do our clients need to get across the finish line? Because we've had several settlements over the last 2 weeks, and we've really have done a lot of hand-holding on both sides of the transaction, which is fine. We do it all the time. But also hand-holding even with the title companies and with lenders, and just trying to reassure and make sure that everything is going in the right direction that it needs to go. And we've done that for our clients, and high five to everybody on the team for that.
Yes.
And I really do appreciate that. I think we do go the extra effort for them. Just even yesterday, I showed a house for the second time, a townhouse in Bel Air. It was a bank-owned property, fairly dirty, things like that. But I tell you, I had the bottle of Purell with me,
gloves,
and I told them, I said, please don't touch anything. Let's just look around. We'll assess the valuation of the property, the repairs, things like that. But when we left, I made sure, even at their car, I squirted it in their hands. I said, I want you guys to wipe your hands good, and they were very appreciative of it because I think it's going to take a proactive. It's going to be we need to be proactive with this and not be lackadaisy in our market. And again, I think Tommy, you hit the nail on the head. Not having mom and dad with you, the kids, and having and hustle them around to 8 properties. We're not going to do that. It might be 1, it might be 2 properties, but we really want you to narrow that down. So, but I really appreciate all your efforts with that, and Carlo also on our team as well. Eventually, we'll have him on the show. But again, if this is a question answer format, so if anybody has any real estate related questions, regardless of what the question is, whether we're not attorneys, so we can't answer legal questions for you. But if you have anything as far as for buyers, for sellers are concerned, if you're thinking about listing your property or anything, please go ahead and ask us now. That'll be great. And then but as we continue on with the show, Tommy, I think Maria had a couple things she wanted to share as we have you on the screen as well. So Maria, I think we wanted to share that there is, we wanted to share basically what the mortgage rates look like. I have an infographic I want to.
Well, that was you.
I want to flash. Well, let me flash it up on the screen. So, by the way, before we go any further, I just want to share with you. So next week, our special guest is Scott Nortman. He's the branch manager with Nationwide Mortgage Bankers. He's going to be with us live next week. So if you have any lending questions at all, and let me tell you something, I met with him today, and lending is changing on a daily basis. Every single day there's changes. So you definitely want to tune in next week and ask those lending questions, because things that are going on today may not be going on by next Thursday. Okay. So let's look at the infographic here real quick. So we expect mortgage rates to remain low over the next couple of years, averaging 3.8% in 2020 and in 2021. That's from Freddie Mac, by the way. And on the infographic, I just want to show you, like a decade ago in the 1970s, which I was probably very, very, very young, by the way. The average interest rate was 8.86%. In the 80s, 12.7%. Can you imagine signing up for a house in the 1980s? And then the 2010s were 4%. So we're still doing very, very well with the mortgage rates.
So think about it. At 12%, you're tripling your mortgage numbers.
That's right.
You're paying $1,000 right now. You would have back then be paying $3,000 a month. So they are phenomenal. They still are good compared to what they were.
Exactly. And I want to throw up another graphic too, just to remind everybody that if you are an older person, you might be listening to this show either now or maybe a little bit later, and you're thinking to yourself, "Gosh, I'm 55, 60, 65 years old." And you're thinking to yourself, I can't apply for a mortgage. They're not going to ever give me a mortgage. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing. There's no age discrimination when it comes to mortgages. Older Americans can still get a 30-year mortgage. Borrowers over the age of 65 comprise of about 10% of all mortgages that are originated each and every year. And that's from Realtor.com. So I want to share that with you, that even if you're older, maybe you're downsizing, you want to sell that 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath colonial that you raised the kids in, and you want to downsize into a condominium, and you still have to get a little bit of mortgage for that condominium, or maybe a townhome or something like that. Absolutely reach out to us, because you will absolutely qualify, and you're not going to not qualify because of your age. So keep that in mind.
And actually, I just had a gentleman this week I showed that wanted to see something. We didn't get to see it. We did it virtually. But he was, oh my gosh, I think he was 62, you know? And we've done a lot of downsizing, helping people downsize this year, a lot. And so have all of our team.
So just Lucy piped in. I try my best not to ever look at. I'm trying to look at the graphic here at the interest rates. Yeah, I understand, Lucy. And you know what? They are changing quite often. Just to let you know, Lucy.
Well, she's talking about not that on her mortgage.
On her mortgage, yeah,
I
know.
What's right now currently.
Oh, gotcha. I see.
So, and Lucy, do me a favor. Send me that name of your friend. She called this week, and I want to reach back out to her with some more information. And thank you for sending her our way.
Yeah, we absolutely do appreciate that.
So, absolutely.
So, another part of the show that I kind of want to just dive into a little bit would be staging. So, I know we've been promoting that as well all week, as far as some of the discussions that we're going to have. And of course, I don't want to rush the show along. So again, if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to pipe in with any real estate related questions. But Tommy, I kind of want to get your take on this as well. What are your thoughts as far as, staging? So we have used, let me just tell you from our perspective, as a real estate team, we do offer staging. There's no question about it. Especially if you have a home that's $400,000 or $500,000, $600,000 in that ballpark, and you have a lot of rooms, let's say, and the house really needs to show well, depending on what market that you're in. We absolutely will refer a stager, bring a stager in, and have them do a consultation with you for about like an hour consultation. And on us. It's on us. And and that has always worked out really, really well. So
true.
Yeah.
And we. Years and years ago, I grew up in a real estate family, and I always heard the chatter of sometimes selling a home that is vacant could be harder. And until I was actually selling some vacant homes, and that's not always the case, but it tends to rate higher. It really was true. I was shocked. We had many showings with the owners still in there, and then they moved out, and then our showings were a little less. And some people are visual and some people aren't. That's not my gift. But we want to help you. That's our goal, to help you sell the house.
Exactly. Yeah. So we had sold a property not too long ago as a luxury home out in the Phoenix area. And I just wanted to share with you a couple of photographs from that property. So that property, we had worked with them for actually almost a year. And it was exciting to be able to work with them, giving them our ideas. Maria and I, both of our ideas as far as what they need to do inside the home.
To prepare it for the market.
And once they were completed with that, the final thing that we did was we brought a stager in. And the stager really helped them out. And I just want to show you, so here's one photograph. This was one of the front living room. And this is completely staged. So this room didn't have anything inside this room at all. And then you could see the difference. Imagine this room completely empty with just the hardwood floors, the beautiful painted walls, the beautiful windows, the gorgeous, gorgeous fireplace, but with nothing in this room. So what happens is that when we bring a stager in and the stager stages this room, it gives the buyer the idea of where the placement of their furniture would be. It gives them an idea of space in the house, and it gives them, it really shows off the character of the property. And so we're really excited about bringing stagers in. So, what is your thought with that, Tommy? You've used stagers in the past as well?
Yeah, I have. My dad was a painter. He still paints, and then my brother paints for a living as well. So the thought process behind it was always kind of, if you can't make it bigger, make it pretty. Right. So do whatever you can to make it look as good as you can. And that goes into paint, flooring, and then staging. Anything that you can do cost effectively. Something that's going to be maybe a little bit of labor, but it's not going to be an arm and a leg as far as money is concerned. That'll bring any type of value on a positive side.
Right.
Is a great thing to have. A lot of people, I'm guilty of it myself in my house, have furniture that's just not size appropriate for the rooms. Everybody has that big comfy couch that they love.
The sectional
When it's time to sell
sofa.
your house, it doesn't look so great. Or you have maybe a giant dog bed that it's functional, but when it's time to sell your house, it doesn't look so great.
Right.
So getting an honest extra set of eyes sometimes, just from the person that's going to be doing the staging, and somebody to be honest with you and tell you what truly looks great, what looks good, and what looks awful, is incredibly important. Everybody loves their house. Everybody loves their own house for their own reasons. I mean, there's a reason why you picked it when you moved into it. There's a reason why you painted it the color that you painted it. Sometimes somebody else needs to tell you that it needs to change, or just that it can be spruced up and took to the next level. So yeah, there's, just like you can cook, but there's chefs, you might be able to decorate, but there's somebody a little bit better.
Correct.
And that's what they are experts at. You know, we're experts in real estate.
That's right.
And they're experts in staging. Typically, they have an eye for design.
Yep.
You know?
I mean, I list houses for sale. I don't take the photos.
That's right.
There's a reason why I don't take the photos. I let the photographer take them so that they look better, so that I can sell the house.
Yeah, so we do a really good job in our team. We really do, Tommy, as far as being able to advise our sellers. Listen, maybe we need to declutter this room. We need to get rid of the chair in the corner. We need to get rid of the kids' toys or something in the front living room.
Right.
You know, we're really good with that. But then to get the final touches in some of these rooms, it does take the eye of the stager to be able to do that. Let the stager, let the expert, let the professional consult with them. And again, that's the great thing is it's on our dime, and we'll be absolutely thrilled to be able to bring them in to be able to help you stage your property
for that
consultation. Here's another room just to let you know. So there's another room in the house that the stager also staged, and this was the family room, and this was one of my favorite rooms that I enjoyed. And this was the family room. So imagine,
I love that room.
Beautiful tile floor, a great, beautiful fireplace, wood burning fireplace, and great views out back as well. But we just didn't know what to do with this room. The colors were fine, but the stager came in, and look what that stager did. Just an amazing job.
Wasn't it Joy?
Joy, yes. Joy right here in Falston did this staging for us. And if you want a reference, if you want a referral from her, you can get that from us, and we can absolutely pass her information on to you. But she just did a wonderful job. She had her entire crew come in. It was like 3 or 4 people came in and actually staged us. So this was in the family room that we had staged, and they just really, really did a great job with it. So we were really, really happy with that. So I wanted to share that with you. But there was something new that's come out there, Tommy, and I wanted to make sure that I shared this with everyone, and that is, and it's been around for several years, but I think agents have a difficult time being able to implement that with many of their properties. And this is something that I grabbed a hold of as soon as I saw it come out on the market, and that is visual staging. Visual staging is huge, especially if you're an investor. Imagine if you're an investor and you go in and do a flip, and you're there for a month and a half or so. You remodel the entire house. It looks gorgeous, but guess what? There's no furniture in the house. And typically flippers don't have a big warehouse full of furniture they can bring in and accessories and organize the entire house. So what we would do, especially if their numbers are really tight, Tommy, we would do visual staging. You want to share something?
I had a guy, I probably flipped 30 houses with him. Most were in the city, somewhere in Baltimore County. And what he would do is, because at the time, digital staging wasn't really a thing, and it wasn't at a level where we would have been using it yet. So what he did is he went to Big Lots and he got his own stuff to stage the house, and he would literally move the stuff from house to house with no rhyme or reason to if it fit that particular house, if it was the right style or not. It was just, he was trying to spend the minimum amount to get the maximum effect.
Correct.
And it worked in most houses to a degree, just to kind of show space and show functionality. But digital staging for him would have made him more money at the end of the day.
Exactly. Sure. So let me show everyone what digital staging looks like. So digital staging, and this was one of the very first houses that I did, by the way. And this is what visual staging looks like. This is also available on my website for you to take a look at MarylandHomesTeam.com. But this is the picture. So This is the before. So the before picture
was a tough room too.
Was a bump out. That was a bump out for a townhouse, believe
Almost
it or
like
not.
a sunroom.
Exactly. It was like a sunroom, and there wasn't a deck. They actually had a gate over outside of that door on the left. And I thought, we've got to do something with this room. They couldn't really afford staging, so we did what's called visual staging. And we actually do that as complimentary. That's part of our package, our premier marketing package for you. So look on the right, and that is what we did to that room. So it gives a buyer an idea of space. You have the sofa, you have the TV, you have the plant in the corner, the table, things like that. So give me your ideas. You can put them in the remarks there. You could DM Maria. Just let her know. Say, hey, I like that idea. Maybe if I go to sell in the future and I want to remove the furniture out of my house, maybe I'll go with visual staging. So keep in mind the term visual staging. That is something that we do as a team, and we're excited about it. But so that's visual staging there. Tommy, I know you have I have additional photographs of that same house, by the way, where we did the basement and we did the master bedroom and things like that. Right. So, the whole idea is we've put together a great package for sellers is what we've done. So we're here to try and just meet any of the needs that they have. Because we're just, we have a great package for them, our complimentary premier marketing package.
And if you want to virtually talk about that, you could walk through your house and show us what you have. We can make suggestions for you, who's the best to talk to, or or virtual might be better, or what to declutter. Right now we're doing a lot of virtual interviews with sellers, and buyers too. So, we're here for you. We totally understand.
Yeah, we certainly don't want you to feel uncomfortable with feeling like you have to meet Tommy or you have to meet me or Carlo.
In person.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Tommy, on that?
I mean, it's the best thing about this day and age is that, I can walk to a house, I can open it, turn all the lights on, walk through with my iPad, show you every little thing about the house. Yeah. And then you can kind of determine if it's something that you would be interested in or not interested in. Obviously, if it's at a point to where you're going to make a offer to purchase it, I'll try to bring you through.
Sure.
But if there's just something that you see online and you're like, hey, I wouldn't mind checking this out, but obviously times are different than they used to be, at least temporarily, then we can limit it down to just me walking to the house and taking the video of it. If it's one of our listings, we'll probably already have a nice video listed up for you. But if it's somebody else's listing, I can go and show it for you and take that fear away and just be there by myself. I mean, and just limit it to a party of one.
Exactly.
So, and we've done that before.
If it was going to happen, I mean, it's better that it happens today than in 1980, and everything would have just been completely shut down.
That's right. Yeah.
And, we've been really big on videos, virtual communication. I think, Rob, really, you were one of the pioneers in all of that. And so we're comfortable with that. And we have sold homes without someone ever seeing it. And it wasn't due to the virus. It was due to military and moving from down south. And they had a couple kids and it wasn't good for them to keep traveling up here. But they knew the neighborhood. They knew the area. They didn't, and that's good too. And we can also inform you of different things. But, Rob and I were like, okay, they're buying this, $400 and X amount of dollar home without even seeing. But we did exactly what Tommy said.
We've done that, yeah.
Many virtual walkthroughs.
Yeah, you just walk through
even
your camera.
Inspections. Yep. We were there with the home inspector doing the virtual everything. And it can be done.
Yeah. It's a little nerve-wracking buying a $500,000 house.
Just a little bit.
And not even seeing the property. But we did a great job
knew the neighborhood.
Walking through with our camera and just explaining, okay, this is the kitchen. These are the knobs. These are what the drawers look like.
Oh my gosh. Kristen Barr just piped in and said the same thing. We were literally looking at the stunning house she has today. I love her house. At 8 o'clock after 8 p.m. And her husband was, oh my gosh, like all the way halfway across the world.
He was in California, I believe. Yeah.
No, I think he was like Japan.
Was he? Oh, that's right.
You have to tell me, Kristen, where he was. Remind me. But so the time difference was crazy. And they made an offer.
Yeah, made an offer. So
I just had a house that settled last week. And the guy that was buying it, his wife and daughter had looked at it without him because he was on a business trip in Colorado. And we're there at the home inspection, and he pulls up, and everybody's staring at him because he's never seen the house. So everybody kind of slowly walks behind him, and then he gets done the tour, and we're like,
isn't that nerve-wracking?
Do you like it? He's like,
Just
yeah,
a little
I love it.
bit, just a little bit.
A little nerve-wracking.
Right,
Yeah, exactly.
right.
But, you know, and that's what we have to really guide our buyers and guide even with our sellers, just letting them know what's happening.
Right.
And so I'm excited about it. And
Australia.
So
we
Chris
were
just
both
piped in
so
and said
wrong.
he was in Australia. So that's crazy. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So anyway, so listen, it's already about it's a little bit after 7:30, and we're gonna wrap the show up here in just a minute. But I just wanted to again thank Tommy for being with us.
Yes.
And again, you can reach him anytime at 410-322-4179. His number is on the screen there. Excellent agent to work with.
Everyone that has met him has loved him.
Yeah, everyone's met him, has absolutely loved him. And, you know, we're here to meet your real estate needs.
Yes.
If you're starting your home search, you definitely want to go to our premier website at searchmydreamhome.com, which is an absolute, very important website that all of our buyers go to. And that's...
before we wrap up, I want to remind everybody the big talk this week was the word meds. Everyone should take their meds. Now we joke about that all the time, even in vitamins. And the acronyms are meds. You know, take some time to meditate. Take care of you, because we all are feeling the pressures all around us. Things are changing day to day. Every time I hear someone's going to be talking on the TV, I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody give me a cup of coffee with something in it. But anyway, so
what does meds stand for?
Meds is meditate or pray. Take a few minutes as you start your day to do that. Exercise. Get out and take a walk, even if it's around your house. Of course, we're not, Rob and I are not doing perfect about
But we're going to go walking after the
trying,
show. So we're going to be walking after the show.
And then the next one is diet. Oh my gosh, I've done nothing but cook and bake, honest to God. It's got to stop.
I just watch my diet and I watch it grow.
And then sleep. Try to get at least 7 hours of sleep. Now, if we could stop binge watching 24, we would get more sleep. Just saying. So on that note, for checking in this week and checking in next week, we're going to put your name in for a drawing. For what? Because we've not done this meds thing. And I know that I'm going to probably have to buy some new clothes. So American Eagle, we got a $25 American Eagle gift card that we're going to put you in a drawing for just checking in while we're doing our show. So we hope to see you next week. We hope you join us and take care of yourself a little bit more this week.
Exactly. So again, thank you, Tommy, for being a part of the show.
Yes, and Scott will be next week.
Exactly. And Scott Nortman will be in next week. He already piped in. He said he's looking forward to that segment. And Tommy, any last words before we switch over?
Yeah, just we understand that we like to think that we're the superheroes of our own industry, but at the same time, we understand that other people are doing things that are much more important than what we're doing.
Yes.
And we just want to say thank you
to
anybody that's doing anything to help all of us collectively. Things that we're not capable of doing ourselves. So thank you to anybody that's doing anything in their own little small way or large way.
Yep,
absolutely. And I know we've been getting a lot of kudos to the nurses and the doctors, and they are super important. But I read an article about a young lady that recovered from the virus, and she said literally the janitors were working so hard. The people who brought her food in the hospital, the cleanups, and you know what? It takes everybody. It takes everybody, and we are so grateful. And thank you, Tommy, for reminding us to say thank you again. And this is why we love him, because the details matter, and he has a heart for you and us.
Yep, exactly. So just to wrap the show up here, we are what, Maria? We are better
together.
We are better together, and it matters financially who you work with. Yes. So remember that. So interview. If you're thinking of selling your home in 2020 or even buying a home, and you're thinking of maybe a couple different agents to use, please give us the opportunity, interview us, because you're going to find out it does matter financially in your pocketbook of who that you're going to choose. Until next time,
alrighty, have a good week.
Great and blessed day.
See you guys. Are we still on there?